Our fun and learning never ends, never ends, never ends.
Yeah, so this is basically a video of me defending this character. Welcome back to Kale's Tales, and I just want to make clear that Barney the Dinosaur is indeed a brilliant show. We'll start up with that. Now, when I was growing up, I recall around 2010-11 when my cousin and I would visit our grandparents all the time until we got a little bit older, and PBS Kids was on a lot, and there was the Barney and Friends reruns would play, and it was on all the time. When I was younger and to this day, I never hated Barney. I found him annoying. Everyone did. I look back and, either you can watch that I Love You, You Hate Me documentary, or you can continue with this video. Because I always wondered, why exactly do people hate Barney? And not just say he's annoying, irritating. Like, there's more to it than that. I look at everyone who treats him like a pariah. I wonder, like, well, damn, what did he do? What did he do? Mess with kids? I wonder, what is the big deal? It is a children's show, and it's a total 90s attitude everyone's got, but here are some. I'm gonna go down the different reasons why people like Barney, but real quick, I'm gonna go down the beginning. Back in 1988, Cheryl Leach from Allen, Texas, created Barney for her 2-year-old son, Patrick Leach. And she was just a stay-at-home mom at the time. And so she, with the help of some of her friends, they concepted, because Patrick loved, the dinosaur museum, so she made a dinosaur with not much, less scary. The early designs kind of looked like a Muppet, and they made Barney. Well, you can go and watch YouTube right now, and you can watch the earliest, which was on VHS, of Barney and the Backyard Gang, and I'm watching it. It's actually pretty good. Well, you can go on YouTube right now and look up the full episodes of Barney and the Backyard Gang, and there's so much creativity in this. Much homemade creativity, and I very much respect that. And they're not that bad. You gotta respect people who really put in their so much heart in it, really. David Voss, who was the first stunt body double for Barney until he had to join the military. When it was picked up, there was David Joyner, who it was a body double for Barney, and then who lent the voice was Bob West until they both left around 2000. And they're all in the documentary, which is the history is actually pretty fascinating, really. And they're all a great big happy family, even all the kids together there. One reason why Pete Barney is, let's see. Well, first off, the way he looks, like his eyes are too big or too small, and his weird teeth. They look like mouth guard teeth. And I know Nostalgic Critic used to say he looked like Yoshi Satan, or an overgrown prune with mouth guard teeth, and he's not wrong. Now we'll go down a few good reasons why, explanational reasons why play Barney. If you watch the show, there is that desire to find joy, is to really tear down. You see, there is, you won't realize, back in the late 80s, the only kid programs we had was Nick Jr., Disney, and the usual kids block. Today we have much more shows for kindergartners, but at the time it was not much. So I wouldn't be surprised if Barney led the way for more kindergarten shows. There's always a general audience for everything. you got, let's see, on this side is Barney, which mostly for preschoolers from 2 to 4. And on the right here is most for adults like South Park and Family Guy. On the right here is for all ages, like Adventure Time or Gravity Falls. And Barney is mostly for kindergartners, especially because adults couldn't stand him because Barney was so continuously upbeat all the time. Like, he only has one emotion. He's happy all the time. Like constantly upbeat. And in the show, there was no cynicism, no irony, no. Just some things. When I grew up, you see that this is what the real world has. This is what reality has, and I suspect, like in Sesame Street, they would show there are more than just one emotion. There are a full gamut of emotions. Like Big Bird can feel bad when Mr. Hooper dies, or one of their characters who has autism. But there's nothing at all broken about Barney. He's just constantly happy all the time, and that can really come off as fake, shallow, and not very relatable whatsoever. I mean, Daniel Tiger's a sock puppet, but at least he has got a personality, and he's got more than one emotion. And that's just some reasons why most people aren't big fan of Barney. One of those is all the kids are very happy in the show, and kids growing up, whether it's divorce or there was child abuse growing up, they were like, I'm mad. They get to have a happy childhood, but I don't. I hate this. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. One of the reasons is Robert Duran, who led the I Hate Barney Society, he admitted that he was jealous that his little daughter loved Barney instead of him. So he called them Barney addicts. Like, do you mean kindergartners, Robert? Really? It was insane. It's the level of hatred over Barney, and like whatever all the homemade stuff that Cheryl Leach made, people were digesting it and crapping it out.
Hear that much about Barney bashing. The idea was, if we just ignore it, it will go away. And laugh and cuddle and sing happy songs. Which it pretty much didn't.
Say what you will, but back then, Barney seemed like very much treated like a stooge, like a big joke that anyone can treat like trash. I think now most people probably think of Barney much more differently. They grew up, they got jobs, they went to college, and they're probably thinking, was all the hatred over a big purple dinosaur really that necessary? You know, and to this day, as you see fan art of Barney, whether it's a lot of Loud House, I still see in art style. I don't know why. I really don't know why. And anyway, say what you will, but Barney's one of those characters where, and like when you're very much of a small little child, you grew up with this adult character that just wants to sit down and have a nice, calm talk with you about how your day's been and where you've been doing, just makes you feel found, makes you feel seen, makes you feel like you're not alone. And there could be some nostalgic memory wrapped around that conversation, and that is Barney. He is, like, we all lived through 2020, and we all went through COVID, death, racism, and police, all the hatred that's going on around the world. Right now, we need Barney now more than ever, but it's a shame we don't live in his world. Yeah. Well, You know, there's
there is a reason why there's a difference between the original Barney the Dinosaur and Barney and Friends. It's because it lost a lot of good people that gave Barney the creativity, the heart, feeling, the appeal that was in the original.
And
Because
as
of
for Cheryl, she and her team suffered a lot of luck and absolute horrible luck. Because each one of them, especially her son Patrick, had to deal with the teasing, constant bullying of Barney. But those who knew that they were associated with the character, they were either got death threats or mocked constantly. And my heart does go out to each one of them. Patrick especially. All I could say is, what I can recommend you the documentary. That's all I have to say to that. Just my heart does go out to his family, though. The whole point of this video is that I think people do look at Barney much more differently now. I occasionally see him, whether on the screensaver to my Amazon Fire Stick, and I don't think bad of him. Like when I grew up, I do remember that Great Big Adventure movie, which was all right, different audience for sure. Yeah, and it's a very much he really did make an impact on everyone. He basically was arguing that the world can be that we can make it a better place. He was basically saying, I love you, hey, everyone's cool, we're a big happy family. When you get to your 20s and 30s, you find like that crap ain't true. It's really not. Yeah. Hopefully not. He's basically like a cash register, killing people of kindness. When some a-hole customer comes in, just yelling, just demanding, he just smiles. Ho, 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 ho. I hope your day gets better. And because most people, they seem like they really do need a hug, because there is something broken inside every single one of us, except Barney, clearly. So the best question is the hate really deserved for Barney? Not really. Like, because he really has been part of a lot. I totally understand. I get it. He's our Big Bird. He's our Steve from Blue's Clues. He's our Mr. Rogers. And I understand that if he's like a childhood hero of yours, respect, really do. And